Hey, what's the crack? This is Oliver Keane Motion Design, and today I'm going to show you track mattes inside of After Effects. So first of all, let's jump in, and if we press Command N or Control N, and we're going to make a new comp, okay? I'm just going to call it track 1, okay? And then change the duration or whatever you want. I'm just going to keep it 20 seconds, and it's HD in 30 frames per second. So there we go. And I'm going to change the background color to black. And there we go. Okay, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw something. So I want to come here to my stroke, and press that to 0, so I don't need it out. So if you just press this little none button, and if you come up here to my fill, I'm going to make something white like that, okay? And I'm going to draw something, okay? And what I'm going to draw today, I'm going to draw a bottle, so like a wine bottle or something like that, okay? You can follow along with me. You can download like a reference image if you want and pop it behind and draw over that if you want, but I'm just going to quickly draw like a bottle shape, okay? So if we come here, I'm just going to click here and click again, okay? And then I'm going to click and drag down here again, okay? And then I'm going to hold down shift and click to the end, okay? And then I'm gonna click over here, and then I'm gonna click up here, and then I'm gonna click again to give like more of a rounded top. And then if you hold down actually Alt and then click on your handles here, if you drag that one up like that, and then click up the top here, and then end my little top, okay? So you get the shape, okay? And it looks kind of weird because, you know, I drew it really quickly. You can come in and alter your shape as well if you come here and go shape and go path, okay? And then come down here because I want to make it longer at the end. If you drag over here and if you click down and then hold shift, it can make it a bit longer. It looks very flat down here, but I want my end part to have like a little like rounded section. So if you come back up here to your pen and come down here and then just drag down like that. And then if you come up here into your convert vertex tool and then just click and drag out, you can basically make a tiny bit of more like a realistic bottle kind of shape right there. There you go. I'm going to leave the top, you know, the same it is because this is just really basic way of showing you, okay? And I'm just going to change the color as well. I want to change this to like a green, like a dark green bottle, like a wine bottle would or something like that. So there you go. Yeah, we have like a little bottle kind of shape in here, okay? It's really roughly done, and I don't really want to make it too, you know, realistic and stuff because my illustrations I do at times are really like fun and so on and kind of off and stuff like that, and that's what I like doing. So I'm going to call this one here right now bottle, so B-O-T-T-L-E. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to make a label for this bottle, okay? So like a little label, okay? It's just going to be a straight on quick label, okay? And my label is just going to be a rectangle. So see here, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make it white. So if you go here, and I'm just going to draw, click and draw kind of generally over this, okay? So it's like a label, okay? So if we come here and just drag and leave go there, okay? But you can see my label is too big for this, you know, and I'm like, oh, it's way too big. But I'm gonna change my anchor point as well. If you press Y on your keyboard and click your anchor point here and then hold Command or Control, I'll snap to the center right there. See? I'll snap to the center of my little shape layer, and this is my label. So I'm gonna call this label. And there you go, we have our label. And you can see like the label is too big for this bottle, okay? And you're like, oh, like how am I gonna wrap this kind of like label around this bottle? And I want this bottle to look like it's kind of spinning. And it's very easy to do that. And this is what track mattes come in really, really well for, you know? So this is your track matte up here. If you don't see it, you have to press this little toggle switch right there. So we have our label and we have our bottle, okay? And what I wanna do is I'm gonna duplicate this bottle, okay, once. So if you press Command or Control D, okay, and I'm gonna move it on top of the label, okay, and you can see already the labels in between basically these, okay. I'm gonna extend this so you can see what's going on, okay. If you click your label right here, okay, and if you come over here to this little track matte here, okay, and click this down, okay, and go alpha matte bottle 2, okay, right now what you get is the label fits the shape. See, it's really cool because then basically what's after doing is masking, do you know what I mean, what was above. So it's using the shape of that bottle to mask out the sides of that label. See, so what I want to do now is like I want to make this, you know, bottle look like it's rotating, you know what I mean? And how you could do that is animating the label, do you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press P for position, okay, and I'm going to go for the keyframe here, and I'm going to drag my label out this way, and then at 1 second, I'm gonna come back to 1 second, I'm gonna drag it to the center. Okay, so if you see it now, if you press play, see, and then I'm gonna go to 2 seconds, okay, and I'm gonna drag it out. So there you go. And then if I trim a composition by pressing N, and then if you play it back, it gives you the kind of illusion that the bottle is rotating. See? It's cool, isn't it? It's very, very easy way of like making a bottle look like it's rotating. But you can see like it's way too slow, you know, because it kind of comes in and goes out. What I'm going to do is delete the center one, so then it looks like it's continuously moving, then, you know, stopping and going. So it just looks like a rotating bottle in a way, you know. I've just set to, see, alpha matte. You can do inverted as well. And inverted is basically, it'll just invert. So if I turn off my bottle underneath, you can see it's just taking the value of that bottle shape right here. And you could use this for something like, you know, a train or moving and going through a tunnel, and you see the windows for a second and then you don't, you know what I mean? It's a really good way of doing it. I'm going to turn back on my bottle again, and I'm going to switch this one back to alpha matte, and yeah, you can see my bottle almost looking like it's movement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the bottle underneath again. Okay, I'm going to bring it up over here. Okay, and I'm going to hide it for a second. Okay, and I'm going to make, so if we come up here to my pen tool, right up here, come up my pen tool up here, turn off the fill, okay, and then we're going to turn on the stroke. Okay, so make the stroke white if you want, and then make it 5-ish. Okay, and I'm just going to draw like a long, you know, a long little shape like that. Okay, and just turn it up to whatever size you want. Okay, so we have the shape. Okay, and I'm going to make the anchor point in the middle. So if you press Y and just drag that in and press Control or Command to click to the center. There you go. And I want this to be like a sheen over, you know, I'm going to move out of the way a tiny bit there. I want this to be like a sheen over the bottle as well. So if I come here to this, I'm going to rename this sheen, and then drag it underneath the bottle that I turned off. Okay, so we have a bottle at the top as well. And then I'm going to make this an alpha matte as well. Okay, so what right now we have this little label coming over and this sheen. Okay, I'm gonna go P. I'm actually gonna turn off the alpha for 1 second so you can see what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna go from there to say 2 seconds. Okay, animation, and I'm gonna animate this down so it's kind of going over the bottle, see, like that. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to turn back on my alpha matte. Okay, and now I'm going to play it the whole thing. Get a little sheen over the bottle, see. And this is really quick and easy. I know it's not that like realistic or anything, and you can rotate this so it looks more like a sheen, you know. So it goes like that. Get a sheen over the bottle, and this sheen's color isn't really what I want either. So what I'm going to do is come up here, and I'm going to change it to the green that I have, and then drag it up a bit. So it's kind of like an off green, you know, so it actually looks like a sheen. Oh, but you can see it's over my label as well. That's not what I want. So actually drag that underneath. These guys are underneath the label. See, so you get a little sheen, and the sheen is a bit too, how would you say, straight, or like too cartoony looking. So if you come here to effect, go to blur, and then go Gaussian blur, and then just blur that slightly, see, like a little bit like that. Yep. And then if you play it now, you get a little sheen over a bottle. See? Yeah, a little bit of a sheen and a little bit of animation, you know. And then you can work up this animation if you want, this like illustration animation I've done really quickly, as much as you want and stuff. But it's just showing you like alpha and track mattes just really quickly. And yeah, you can work up that scene, like I said, like change the color, like a layer new, and go solid, make the background, I don't know, blue or something like that, like a sky. And then drag that underneath and make a new layer, turn off the stroke, and go fill, make like a dirt color, yeah, make like a little brown. Okay, drag that over here, drag that underneath, so like that, lower it down a bit. So there you go, you have like a little, you can all work up a scene really easily that way, you know, as you can see, like there's a rotating bottle, you know, and give it a shadow if you wanted to or whatever. Go up to your oval tool here and just basically draw a little guy there and then make that darker. And then you get a bottle. You know, and you can move that up if you wanted to. So you can like illustrate inside of After Effects as well, you know, other than, you know, doing everything inside Illustrator if you wanted. But yeah, that's a really quickly way of showing you track mattes inside of After Effects. Guys, I will go ahead and save this file because you might need this file for the next tutorial that I'm going to show you. So if you come up here and go to File and go Save As, and save it wherever you want. I have saved it in my folder structure for this tutorial series. In my next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to speed up your After Effects. So see you guys in that next tutorial, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.